Super Bowl souvenirs, Super Bowl pennants, Super Bowl programs, your Super Bowl programs.
The Super Bowl, America's greatest sports spectacle. 7 of the 10 biggest television audiences ever assembled were watching Super Bowls. Indeed, on Super Sunday, the world is professional football stage. It's an event where larger-than-life men become old-fashioned heroes. With the entire planet watching their every move, they also become a part of history and international culture.
La nomea di una squadra perdente. Vedremo se riuscirà in questo e ovviamente tutto il peso di questo va sulla difesa nel fermare Joe Montana.
La trayectoria de Joe Montana de ganar un cuarto supertazón, algo que solo ha hecho
サンフランシスコ 49ers こちらの方はやはりエースクォーターバックジョー・モンタナです。
Okay, maybe this is something we worked our off for all year. Let's go out there and have some fun.
Don't think about anything else but doing it starting the first play of the game.
Give it everything you got on every snap, huh?
We know we're the best team.
You got an opportunity to be world champs right now. You can be what you want to be, all right?
You got to decide what you want to live with for a whole year. And it's worth $70,000 and a big free.
In the span of only a few hours, the Super Bowl creates all the drama and excitement of a grand Hollywood epic. It pits not just 2 teams, but 2 towns against each other in the only battle to be fought on American soil since the Civil War. For most, the memories are good ones. But for some, the heartache may never go away.
Back to throw Montana. Steps up, throws. Touchdown! Touchdown! A 10-yard pass. The 49ers have scored with 34 seconds remaining.
The game is pageantry and beauty, grace and glamour, power and passion. On this single day of the year, neither fantasy nor reminiscence seems foolish. A ticket to Super Bowl I cost $7.50. The game featured a team from Missouri and a team from Wisconsin and was played in the Los Angeles Coliseum. Curiosity brought out the Beverly Hills paparazzi, but the game itself failed to sell out. The central figure in this inaugural contest turned out to be the Kansas City Chiefs cornerback Fred Williamson, number 24, known to his admiring fans as the Hammer.
If I tell you that Boyd Dial is not going to catch a pass, it's because I believe it. If I tell you Garrett Dale is going to be spending half the game on his behind, it's because I believe it. As a matter of fact, the first fake Boyd Dial gave me, they carried him off the field after that. He caught one pass, was slanting over the middle, and I said, this is just what I'm looking for. There's a guy 6'7", 6'8", coming across on a slant end on the hammer. And I hit him with everything that I had, and they took him off the field because the shoulder was no longer normal.
Enter reserve wide receiver Max McGee of the Packers, number 85, whose pregame preparation didn't exactly receive Coach Vince Lombardi's seal of approval.
I just had to go out and see the lights on Sunset Strip, so out I went, and as you go in the bars, you meet people, and you know, I met a couple of airline stewardesses from Chicago. I definitely made breakfast the next morning with the team, and I felt pretty doggone, I didn't feel that bad, but I didn't expect to get in this football game. And when Bart threw the first touchdown pass, as the film shows, Bart got a little rush on and threw a pretty bad pass, and it was behind me. And I said, well, I better reach back and try to break up this interception. And that's when I reached back, and the ball stuck right there. I mean, just the end of the ball right there, and I put it under my arm. Looked like we'd practiced it all year, you know. So that was the first Super Bowl touchdown.
As for what became of the Hammer,
Well, I had set myself up because I was the Pied Piper. The Green Bay Packers are going to get the hammer. Donnie Anderson came around, and his knee hit me right on the smack right here in the forehead, and I went down. And I was a little woozy.
The hammer! You know who got hurt? The hammer. The hammer! They nailed the hammer. Hey, Slap, the hammer got it!
I'm the clown of the football field now because I'm out. They got the hammer. They said, come on, get up. And I refused to get up. I'm embarrassed. They came and they dragged me off the field and dumped me on the sidelines. When they dumped me, I jumped up and I waved at my fans to let them know I was all right.
Prior to Super Bowl III, New York Jets quarterback Joe Namath stirred up the big game's first big controversy on behalf of the old AFL. Said Namath, "We'll win. I guarantee it."
Coach Eubank was very upset. He was sure that what I had said earlier about the guarantee was going to fire up the Baltimore Colts. It's a very good thing that we won, because had we not won the game, I don't know where I'd be today.
Today he's in the Hall of Fame. Part of his reward for engineering the greatest upset in Super Bowl history. The stunning loss was made even more painful for the Baltimore Colts by quarterback Earl Morrall's infamous flea flicker volley.
In the film, I'm 37 yards away from the closest guy. And why Earl didn't get there, I don't know. Whether he didn't look, didn't see me, it's hard to say. You have to go back. You have to ask him, and I don't think he wants to answer that question. He may not know then.
Instead of looking at Jimmy Orr, who's standing wide open in the end zone, waving his hands, and I see the fullback and try to steer it to him, and it gets intercepted there. It's one of those things that I guess it just wasn't in the books for us. We were heavily favored and couldn't believe that it did happen. Just unbelievable. And you think about your career as, gee, I'm on top of the world, and all of a sudden, bang, I'm at the bottom. And I think that's one of the things the Super Bowls do to you, that you have a great season. If you don't win that Super Bowl, it seemed like the whole season just went down the drain.
Yet one must still wonder, what if the flea flicker hadn't got all fouled up? Joe Namath may have given the Super Bowl popular appeal, but Kansas City coach Hank Strand gave it a voice.
Reverse. Here comes the reverse, boys. Yeah, here comes the reverse.
Right there, partner.
You got it.
First down.
You got the first down. Here it is. Move it. Oh, hey, move it up a little bit. You look at his foot here. My God, look where his front of the foot is and where you put the ball. Yeah, but here's, yeah. You did good. You did good. You marked it good. Nah, he's all right. That's good. You marked it good. You marked it good. You did a hell of a job. Nice going. Great job. You marked it good. That's an excellent call. Those officials are doing a hell of a job. Gloucester, tell them 65 toss-power trap. Get in there for 65 toss-power trap.
Let's block. Come on. Let's get 7 points. Come on, let's go.
65 toss-power trap. That might pop wide open, Rats. Was it there, boys? Was that there, Rats? Nice going, baby. Yes, sir, Rats. Yes, sir, boys. Yeah! Submitter. 65 toss-power trap. Yeah! Yeah! I'm telling you that, baby, it's there. Yes, sir, boys. Woo! Michael. Hey, let's go. Okay, let's go, boys. Let's go, babe. Was that there, boys? Was it momentum? I saw it again on television. Yo, Coach pumped it in there, boys. Where's Otis? Where's Otis?
Where's Mo?
Otis. Yeah. That's the way to inject that ball over the goal line.
That's it.
While Stram let fans listen to the big game, it was his boss, Chiefs owner Lamar Hunt, who came up with the highly identifiable name Super Bowl, mostly on a lark.
There was going to be an AFL champion playing an NFL champion, and there was sometimes confusion as to which game we were talking about. We were talking about the championship games and should we have a week's layoff, and someone said, well, which game are you talking about? And I said, it just was one of those things that came out. I said, well, you know, the last game, the final game, the Super Bowl. No one had ever said on this committee, no one had ever sat down and said, we need to develop a name for this game that's distinctive, and let's do a market survey, and let's have a national contest. It was totally an accidental name.
Super Bowl V created drama like the game had never seen to that point, as a nation was captivated by what still remains the greatest finish in Super Bowl history. With just seconds remaining and the game tied at 13, Mike Curtis's interception of an errant Cowboys pass set the stage for a cool rookie place kicker to seize the moment and make it his forever.
At that point, we knew it was going to be a field goal, and at that time, Coach McCafferty, yelled to John Sandusky to get the field goal team ready.
Tell all the guys on the field goal team, don't get set until you tell them to set. Tell them all not to set until you tell them to set. And if they overload one side, give a man over right, a man over left.
And I was standing on the sideline going crazy. I said, you got to do it. You got to hit it. And he was so calm it didn't make sense. He said, I'm gonna do it. You know, everything is cool.
We're gonna win this game. Field goal team! Please.
I was begging him, please, come on, Jim. And as soon as he hit the ball, the sound of it, I knew it was gonna be good.
O'Brien is ready. 9 seconds showing on the clock. The Cowboys and the Colts all tied up. There is the snap. The kick is up. It is long enough. It is a 32-yard field goal by Jimmy O'Brien. It is good. And the Baltimore Colts have just won themselves the Super Bowl if they can last out the last 5 seconds.
My best kick of my life, and I was very fortunate to be able to be in that spot and to be successful.
While offense usually receives all the Super Bowl accolades, a hard-nosed and hard-hitting defense has always been the key to victory. Despite Jim O'Brien's heroic boot, Dallas linebacker Chuck Howley was named Super Bowl V's most valuable player, the first defensive player and only member of a losing team ever to be so honored. A real headache. That's what the Miami Dolphins safety Jake Scott, number 13, was to the Washington Redskins in Super Bowl VII. The day the no-name defense did not allow a touchdown, and Scott became the second defender to earn MVP stripes. From the no-names to doomsday. In Super Bowl XII, the Dallas D dominated Denver. And Cowboys defensive end Harvey Martin shared MVP honors with his pass-rushing colleague Randy White. After an incredible performance in Super Bowl XX, any member of the Chicago Bears defense could have been chosen as the MVP. Defensive end Richard Dent got the nod. But as sleek as Mike Ditka's well-oiled machine was against the Patriots, the Pittsburgh Steelers surrendered fewer total yards to the Vikings in Super Bowl IX. Like the no-name defense in Super Bowl VII, the mighty steel curtain did not allow a touchdown, the last time that's been accomplished in Super Bowl competition. The first time it happened was in Super Bowl VI, the day Doomsday did in the Dolphins. One year after their last-second loss to the Colts, Chuck Howley and the Cowboys allowed Miami a mere field goal, then chased the Dolphins quarterback Bob Greasy deep into the Super Bowl Hall of Shame.
It was a highlight of the day. That seemed to ensure that we were probably going to win that football game on that particular play. When you see somebody chasing somebody that far back, and that's probably the longest lost yardage situation I've ever seen in football.
Greasy's full-fledged retreat epitomized Miami's frustration in their first Super Bowl trip. But like a prize fighter, the Dolphins wouldn't stay down on the canvas for long.
Super Sunday, what a day. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true. It's unbelievable. Yes, and we're going to win. We are going to win, no question.
While Lester Hayes played a remarkable game, teammate Rod Martin had a game for the ages in Super Bowl XV. He grabbed a piece of history by snaring 3 Eagles passes as Oakland reached the pinnacle for the second time.
Back is Jaworski. Now comes up the middle. Picked off. Rod Martin, the third time today. And Rod Martin once again slams the door in the face of the man they call Jaws, a sort of fitting symbol. Silver and black football is king of the hill in the National Football League.
The Raiders' record of outstanding performers continued late in the first half of Super Bowl XVIII.
Here come the Redskins with 12 seconds to go in the half, trailing 14-3.
Intercepted! Jack Squirrel! Touchdown Raiders! Holy Toledo!
A screen pass, and they looked like they knew it was coming. I guarantee they looked like they knew that play was coming.
The play that turned the game was several months in the making. Earlier in that same season, the Redskins' Joe Theismann and Joe Washington burned the Raiders on the very same play. Raiders assistant coach Charlie Sumner remembered, and in the Super Bowl, sent linebacker Jack Squirek into the game for the express purpose of shadowing Joe Washington. Squirek stayed with his assignment, and Theismann never saw him. The Redskins never recovered and lost 38-9.
An electrifying, stunning development as Jack Squirek becomes the proud possessor of a Super Bowl XVIII touchdown.
2 years earlier, it was the Cincinnati Bengals who had their spirits crushed by a single defensive effort. Midway through the third quarter, the Bengals had the ball first and goal at the 3-yard line. The 49ers defense rose to the occasion, and the Cincinnati Bengals fell by the wayside.
Here are the Bengals now as Ken Anderson is ready from the 2-foot line, calling signals on 4th down, has the ball, hands it off. He's met at the goal line. I don't believe he got in. I don't believe he's in there. The 49ers have held, and listen to the Niners crowd across the way.
This was one of the single greatest defensive series ever. But what may be the single greatest individual effort came in Super Bowl 28, when the Bills ran into a swift and hard-hitting cowboy named James Washington. Number 37 didn't just punish fleet-footed wide receiver Andre Reed. He stripped Thurman Thomas of the football to halt one Buffalo drive and went on to produce two of the biggest defensive plays in the entire game.
Hands off to Thurman, and they grab him, and he fumbles the ball, and it is picked up by the Cowboys. They run it back to the 35, the 30, down to the 20-yard line, in the clear, at the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5, and in for the touchdown goes James Washington.
Third and 5 for the Bills. Kelly back. No pressure. Over the middle. The ball is intercepted by James Washington. Where did he come from? He stepped in front of Beebe and plucked it out of the air. And James Washington has a touchdown today. Caused a fumble. Recovered a fumble. Made an interception. What more do you want?
I tell you what you did there. Turn it around, guys. Turn it around. Super job. Super job.
As an event that draws so much attention, the Super Bowl also has a knack for celebrating futility and letting it linger for all time. Just ask the Minnesota Vikings, the first franchise to reach the Super Bowl 4 times and lose every one. That the Vikings were hammered in each visit only made matters worse. After Hank Stram's Chiefs proved the better ball club in Super Bowl 4, the Vikings sought revenge against the Dolphins in Super Bowl 8. Unfortunately, the Dolphins became the first of 3 teams to have record-setting offensive days against the Purple People Eaters. In Super Bowl 8, Larry Zonka established a new standard with 145 rushing yards, and the Dolphins downed the Vikings 24-7. Zonka's record lasted only 1 year because Pittsburgh's Franco Harris rolled over the Viking defense to the tune of 158 yards in Super Bowl 9. Then, just 2 years later, the Oakland Raiders won their first NFL championship as Ken Stabler guided his offense to 429 yards, the most in the game's 11-year history. The Vikings never returned to the Super Bowl. But the lingering image of their last appearance was captured by the Raiders' defense in a single play that stands as the legacy to silver and black dominance. Time has not dulled the edge of Jack Tatum's piercing hit. It remains a vivid Super Bowl memory. So does this 75-yard interception return by Willie Brown that sealed the Raiders' 32-14 victory. The Denver Broncos and Buffalo Bills later matched the Vikings' futility. But it's the Bills who stand out in Super Bowl infamy as losers of 4 consecutive contests. Their plight began at Super Bowl 25, where a nation preoccupied by a war in the Middle East watched them fly head-on into the New York Giants. Coach Bill Parcells and former Super Bowl MVP Phil Simms watched Buffalo build a 12-3 lead in the second quarter before the Giants staged one of the most memorable comebacks in Super Bowl history. Giants' ball control offense kept possession for a record 40 minutes, but the Bills had the final possession.
Now we have 2:16 to play, and this will be it. One more shot
Then you
for
wouldn't
Jim
want
Kelly and the Bills.
You wouldn't want it any other way.
Nope.
You wouldn't want it any other way.
90 yards away from a touchdown. What a finish. What a finish to this Super Bowl.
With electricity in the air and ice water in his veins, quarterback Jim Kelly led the Bills on a heart-stopping drive all the way to the Giants' 30-yard line.
.11-10, it's going to be Scott Norwood who gets the shot now with 8 seconds to play.
Unbelievable.
That's it. That sets the stage for Norwood.
A lot of pressure. You want to talk about a pressure situation.
That is a long way to kick a football.
The quiet man of this football team, Scott Norwood. He can fire the shot heard round the world now. Here we go with 8 seconds to play. High drama here in the Super Bowl.
Snap, spot, in the air. It's got the distance. It is. No good.
The Giants won their second championship on the closest finish in Super Bowl history. The Bills were beaten, but not out, and earned a return trip to Super Bowl 26, where all eyes were focused on the two-time AFC champions.
We're going to pump it up, baby. We're going to make history today.
The only history was made by Washington Redskins quarterback Mark Rippon.
Back he goes. Good protection again. Going deep. He's got Clark in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Clark almost made a fair catch. He was so open.
Rippon threw for 2 touchdowns and just under 300 yards, and the Bills never stood a chance. They trailed 24-0 in the third quarter. And though the final score read 37-24, it wasn't even that close. The Bills, who had fought so valiantly to make it back, could only stare in disbelief as they became the 8th straight AFC team to lose the championship game.
You ready to say I'm going to Disney World? I'm coming with you, honey.
Redskins coach Joe Gibbs took home his 3rd Lombardi trophy, becoming only the 3rd coach to achieve that honor.
Buffalo's going down the 3rd time and you're out. Dallas, we're taking the championship trophy home to Dallas. We will not be denied.
If the world champion Cowboys of the 70s were classical music, then the Cowboys of Super Bowl 27 were hard rock. Led by a brash coach named Jimmy Johnson, they seemed to be speeding to stardom until Buffalo took a surprising early lead.
Looking for the hole, and he is in for the touchdown. Thurman Thomas has scored. The Bills lead it 6-0.
While Johnson's offense had the players with name recognition, it was his unheralded defense that swung the game's momentum away from the Bills. James Washington's first quarter interception of a Jim Kelly pass opened the floodgates that swept Buffalo onto the shore like a beached whale for the 3rd year in a row.
Aikman with a straight drop to throw again. Going for the end zone. Novacek at the 2 takes it in. That's how you overcome a shaky start. Wow. Kelly's going to throw. Here's Haley. Hit him and picked off in the air. Jimmy Jones intercepts and rolls in for a touchdown.
Providing the textbook example of how to shoot yourself in the foot, the Bills fumbled 5 times and threw 4 interceptions to spark Troy Aikman's 4-touchdown performance. In all, the Cowboys converted a Super Bowl record 9 turnovers into 35 points.
Throws it right to the goal line. Irvin jumping, catch at the 3, diving, touchdown! Oh, what a play! Oh,
what a throw, what a catch, and what a play.
It looked like it couldn't get any worse for the Bills than a 52-17 blowout, but looks were deceiving.
So here we are again, same time next year. The Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. And this time in Super Bowl 28 at the Georgia Dome in downtown Atlanta.
Fourth time, we got to do it this time.
While the Bills grappled against a date with infamy, the Cowboys reached at a chance for immortality. Their dreams of a repeat title became nightmares when the Bills jumped out in front early on.
This is 54 yards on the left hash. The kick is on the way. This one is sailing, and it is good. It's the longest kick in Super Bowl history.
While Steve Christie wrote himself into the record book, Thurman Thomas firmly planted himself in the Hall of Shame. Just as in the previous game, Dallas's James Washington came up with a key turnover and ignited the Cowboys' engine. Washington's dazzling return tied the score at 13, and the Bills never recovered. Behind an offensive line that opened gaping holes and simply dominated the Bills, running back Emmitt Smith rushed for 132 yards and a pair of second-half scores.
Aikman draw to Smith, tackled but breaks away to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Emmitt Smith. Oh, what a run by the league's MVP.
The Cowboys became only the third team to win 4 Super Bowl crowns.
Yeah. Back to back, baby. Back to back, baby. Back to back, baby. Cowboys back to back in that. Yeah.
History can be a cruel judge. And the Bills' legacy will not be that of the first team to qualify for 4 consecutive Super Bowls, but of the first team to lose 4 consecutive Super Bowls. But even the Cowboys weren't immune to the fickleness of fate. Leon Lett can attest to that.
Down to throw, pressure, sacked by Jeffco, and fumble, and Leon Lett picks it up to the 40. Oh, look out, here he goes! Here comes the 10 to the 20. Oh, Leon Lett has it knocked out of his hand. It's a fumble. It's a fumble. He had it knocked out of his hand.
It's not going to be a touchdown.
No, it's not.
It happens to the best of them, as pro football's only perfect team also fell victim to the quirks of fate. The Miami Dolphins arrived for Super Bowl VII unbeaten and untied, and as most of the free world watched, history was made. A power ground game, punctuated by timely passes, helped Miami build a 14-0 halftime lead. With fate dealing ill fortune to the Washington Redskins, only self-destruction could keep Don Shula's team from a perfect season. Enter kicker, Garo Yepremian.
A 42-yard attempt by Yepremian. The kick is blocked, rolling loose on the field. It is picked up by Garo. He tries to throw a pass, deflected in the air, grabbed by Bass, 40, 35, 30. He's going to score.
I'm sure that he visualized himself catching a blocked field goal and throwing a touchdown pass. That probably was the most upsetting thing that's ever happened to me. When Garo came over to the sideline, and I was pretty upset and let him know it.
And how does the tiny kicker remember his most famous gaffe?
When I looked up, Bill Brundage was in front of me, and of course when he's in front of me and I'm 5'7" with my hair up, and he's in front of me and 6'4", 270 pounds, I couldn't see anything downfield. So, and I didn't realize my hands were too small. The ball just slipped out of my hands. And Mike Bass was a very good friend of mine, and since then we were much better friends. Picked it up and went for a touchdown. The only thing that bothers me is I didn't do it often enough. If I had thrown the pass more often, maybe I would have been a color analyzer on one of the networks.
Just as Lett's Cowboys won in spite of his goof, Garrow's Dolphins held on despite his foul-up to complete the NFL's only perfect season ever. A running back is an important ingredient in a Super Bowl title.
Wide left, he has to reverse his field, but he gets away for a moment, comes back up the middle of 30, 25, 40, breaks past 2 men at the 50, down to the 40, picking up a blocker, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Raiders! Holy Toledo! 7-4. The Raiders are mobbing Marcus Allen, who has just stood a crowd of 72,000 on his collective ears.
While Marcus Allen's Super Bowl 18 run was quite athletic, John Riggins' gallop in Super Bowl 17 was quite physical.
Goal line, eye left, tight wing, 70 chip on white, ready?
Here comes the Diesel. Here comes the Diesel. Should come with John Riggins right up the middle.
Yellow 41!
Right
Yellow 41!
There's the snap, hand to Riggins. Good hold. He's got the first down to the 40. He's gone. The 35, the 30, the 20. He's gone. He's gone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
By turning short yardage into big yardage, Riggins propelled the Redskins to their first Super Bowl championship. The Redskins' other Super Bowl victory in the 80s featured another memorable performance by a running back. Timmy Smith ran for 204 yards against the Denver Broncos in the greatest Super Bowl rushing performance ever. But Super Bowl 22 will always be remembered for quarterback Doug Williams and what has come to be known as the quarter. Yet before the quarter, there was the injury. For a few minutes, it appeared that Williams' date with destiny had suffered an awful twist of fate.
Well, it was an empty feeling, and at that particular time, I had doubts whether or not I was able to complete the ball game. But when I was able to roll over and stand up and walk off, I said to myself, no matter what the pain, I was going to finish this football game.
The Washington Redskins offense is back on the football field, and so is number 17, Doug Williams. Play action fake. Williams going up top. Got Sanders on the fly at midfield. He's gone.
This 80-yard touchdown on Washington's first offensive play of the second quarter kicked off the most stunning 15 minutes of football in NFL history.
Well, Doug Williams and company lighting up, and they're back in this game.
Yes, sir. We're coming back. We're going to do it.
Williams to pass, lobs it up. He's got Clark at the goal line. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
The Redskins have arrived. They woke up.
He'll hand off to Smith, the deep back. Good hole, midfield, horse race to the 40. Far side 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Washington Redskins. That's a new Super Bowl record. 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter. We are seeing a virtuoso performance.
Get another one right here.
Let's see. Do they go up top? Lobs it into the end zone. He's got Didier. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Holy cow.
For one magical quarter, Doug Williams, was the best player who ever played. 15 minutes that will be forever frozen in time. 16 times a quarterback has been the outstanding player in a Super Bowl. But none was more outstanding than the Giants' Phil Simms in Super Bowl 21. Against the Denver Broncos, the Giant passer connected on 22 of 25 passes, or 88%, the highest completion percentage in the 29 years of the game. Almost by himself, he brought starved New York fans their first Super Bowl win. Simms' milestone performance is perhaps the greatest single-game achievement in Super Bowl history, yet no quarterback has created more lasting images than Terry Bradshaw. And no team has produced more memories than the Pittsburgh Steelers. The magic of Bradshaw and receivers Lynn Swann and John Stallworth remains as striking today as when it happened 2 decades ago. In a 6-year period, the Bradshaw-led Steelers won the Super Bowl 4 times, an unparalleled record of success.
It was the greatest feeling in the world, man, when you know you're good. Oh, it's good. It's a good feeling. If God would come down right now, Terry, what can I do for you? Send me and put me back in 1 Super Bowl and put me on the 1-foot line and give me 2 minutes to go and give me all 3 of my timeouts and give me my boys. And then let me hear my name over the loudspeaker. Let me hear the roar of the crowd. Bradshaw, Bradshaw. And let me have them booing on one side. Let me get in and call plays, see the eyes grow as I call these plays and talk to them. Let me feel the hair on my back crawl up. I mean, that's what the Super Bowl does to you. I mean, it's doing it right now to me. I mean, I could go out right now and play. I know I can play 2 minutes.
The Bradshaw legend began to take shape in Super Bowl 10 against the Dallas Cowboys. Most people remember the remarkable catches by Swann. They were truly unforgettable and decisive. This 4th quarter touchdown was the game winner. But the play was really a tribute to Bradshaw. He stepped up to take his shot at a 2nd consecutive Super Bowl championship. That one play stamped Bradshaw a winner. He had the heart and the will of a champion. Super Bowl 14 against the Los Angeles Rams, again fearless and focused in the pocket, and another touchdown to Swann. But this Super Bowl turned on one memorable play.
I hadn't run it all game, and Chuck sent the play in on 3rd down. He sent it in, and we're on the sideline, and you guys are probably the ones that are filming. He takes his hand and tries to knock, get away from here, and he has me. And he's telling me the only way we're going to beat these guys, we've got to go deep.
One of the best deep passes pro football has ever seen crafted a moment that elevated both himself and his team to a place in history.
Bradshaw calls out the signals. Remember, Pittsburgh, the most dangerous 4th quarter team in the NFL.
Now Bradshaw pumping, firing downfield. There goes Stallworth. He pulls it in at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and it's a touchdown for Pittsburgh on the ball to Stallworth. And Stallworth beat Rod Terry. Oh, did he beat him? And the Steelers fire right back on the arm of Terry Bradshaw.
was a phenomenal catch. I mean, a phenomenal catch. And the defensive backs couldn't have missed that ball by more than a quarter of an inch.
Amazingly, the same play later in the game sealed Pittsburgh's record 4th Super Bowl championship.
Bradshaw back to pass. He throws long down the center of the field for Stallworth. He's got it at the 25 and down at the 22.
All championship quarterbacks have one thing in common. That's a great desire and will to win, and an emotional ability to block out the negative and overcome any adversity and to not panic. It's a special quality, and I look back on my career and I know I had it.
In the 1980s, it became abundantly clear that another quarterback had that special quality. Joe Montana shared something else with Terry Bradshaw. They are the only 2 quarterbacks in NFL history to own 4 Super Bowl rings. Yet it took one of the most dramatic finishes in the game's history for Montana and his San Francisco 49ers to sustain their run at an extraordinary milestone. In Super Bowl 23, Montana was staring at the short end of a 16-13 score. What made the task so imposing was the little time remaining and the immense distance to be covered.
3:10 remaining. The 49ers will have to go from their 8-yard line. There's a lot staring them in the face. Montana back to throw on first down. Throws over the middle, complete to Craig. Craig is to the 16. 2:35 remaining. Montana throws, sidelines, right, 30-yard line, out of bounds. Montana with a first down. Throws out here for Rice. He has it at midfield, goes out of bounds at about the 40. 2 wide receivers near side. Montana to throw. Completes it up the middle to Craig.
Halfback. Somebody get the halfback.
Craig is down to the 36-yard line. To another 49er first down. Montana back to throw. Throws over the middle. A fine catch by Rice. Rice into the 20. He's down to the 19 for a first down for the 49ers. Montana going without a huddle. 52 seconds remaining. Joe back to throw. He looks. He throws. He completes it to Craig. He's down to the 10. 40 seconds remaining. The 49ers will have to take a timeout here, and they do.
No way. Come on, we got to do it. One turnover, man. Got to do it.
34 seconds away from it.
Montana to Taylor for 10 yards, but they went 92 yards in 11 plays. Super Bowl. The 49ers with 3 Super Bowl victories in the 1980s as they win it on a brilliant drive, 20-16.
1 year later, in January of 1990, the 49ers marched into the Superdome in New Orleans, determined to take their place alongside the Steelers as victors in 4 Super Bowls. The Denver Broncos became the sacrificial lambs, who were served as burnt offerings to the gods of the Super Bowl.
Pump fake by Montana, launches it for the end zone.
you got to play a whole nother half. So, ain't nothing you can do.
Deep, man.
Get after it.
Black 59 Razor! Black 59 Razor! 39 seconds.
In the second half, the carnage continued.
Looks over the field, goes for the end zone. Jerry Rice, touchdown 49ers!
That might be the most accurate way to describe Montana's record-setting 5-touchdown performance. In this ultimate team triumph, the achievements of this one man will forever stand alone. While Montana would never return to the big show, the 49ers didn't need much time to rebuild. In Super Bowl 29, the San Diego Chargers became the latest to try to beat them at what had become their game. For Steve Young, Montana's heir, it was a chance to crawl out from a shadow he never wanted nor deserved. As soon as the artificial pyrotechnics ended, the man-made ones began.
Yard line of the Chargers. Taylor out to the left side, and Ricky Waters to the right. And a play fake. Young goes deep middle. He's got Jerry Rice. Touchdown 49ers! First touchdown of the game comes after only a minute and 24 seconds. 44 yards. Touchdown pass to Rice. He sets another record.
The smoke still hadn't cleared when Young struck again and again.
Young with a play fake. Drops back to throw. Deep middle. Waters a great over-the-shoulder catch. Bounces away again. Oh, what a bonanza! A spectacular touchdown catch by Ricky Waters, beating Stanley Richard again. 51-yard touchdown.
Back to throw is Young. Drills it across the middle. Catch by Rice. Beats the defender on the play. Touchdown 49ers. What a move he made on Richard.
Facing a nearly invincible foe in their first Super Bowl appearance, the Chargers could only watch things slip away.
Right there,
In the backfield, Waters. Young. Quick pass. Slant in. Jerry Rice. Another touchdown. Jerry Rice continues to set records in the Super Bowl.
While Rice became the Super Bowl's all-time scorer and touchdown maker, Young became the first man to throw 6 touchdown passes in a game, appropriately breaking Montana's record. The Chargers finished #1 in one department.
Here's the kickoff by Doug Bryan to Andre Coleman at the 2, going ahead to the 5, to the 10, gets a block to the 15, to the 20, scoots to the sidelines, weaves her out to the 40, out to midfield, streaking down the far sidelines. One man to beat, he's going to go all the way. He will score! Touchdown, San Diego! Andre Coleman, a 98-yard return.
Nobody's going to catch him. He'll bring it all the way back. Andre Coleman runs it back the length of the field for a touchdown to give the Chargers something to cheer about late in Super Bowl 29.
Andre Coleman tied the longest kickoff return in Super Bowl history, but the day will be remembered for Steve Young's brilliance and the continuation of the 49ers dynasty.
You did it. MVP, baby. Huh? Unbelievable. Someone take the monkey off my back, please. Oh, it was a gorilla. It's gone forever. It's beautiful.